boy. My mom is going to be so proud of me for this. It's actually kind of embarrassing. It is a little bit scandalous. This does feel a little excessive for a keep pile. It does. It is so not my style anymore. And this is my pile of rejects. I simultaneously feel like I'm about to cry and I'm about to punch someone. Hi guys, Hannah here. Welcome to my video and to my channel. So I recently moved into this beautiful apartment, and one of the things I was most excited for was the bigger wardrobe. But now that I'm here and I've got all of my clothes, it's not feeling quite as big as I thought it would. For a little context, I moved back to Brisbane from my family's home in Sydney about 9 months ago, and most of my belongings stayed in Sydney. They only arrived a few weeks ago when I moved in here, so I've now got 2 wardrobes combined into one. I've got the wardrobe I've been living out of for the past 9 months, and then everything else that I left behind. The wardrobe at my last apartment was tiny, so I've also got 3 vacuum sealed bags worth of clothes that are from that apartment that have just been sitting in storage for the past few months, which means today I get to do a little treasure hunt, remind myself of what I have and do some serious decluttering. Because let's be real, if I haven't worn it and I haven't missed it in 9 months, I probably don't need to own it anymore. I also have a bunch of clothes that I love, but I never reach for because they need some slight alterations. So I'm gonna put my year 8 textiles class to work, and we're gonna do some alterations in those clothes as well so that I can reach for them. So hopefully by the end of this, I'll have a really functional, well-curated wardrobe of things that I love and that I reach for all the time. All right, let's get into it. Let's show you what we're working with. Welcome to my bedroom. Welcome to my wardrobe. I've got these beautiful mirror doors all the way across my wardrobe, so let's have a look at what we've got inside. On this side, I've really got the bulk of my clothes right now. I've got my tops, dresses, pants, skirts, and then just on the edge here you'll be able to see I've got some of my active tops here. One thing I will note straight away, this little like unit of drawers, I need to get rid of this thing. Right now it has got drawers literally full of claw clips, ribbons, I've got hats, belts, accessories. I'm gonna rehome these and then take these drawers out of the wardrobe, so then we will have a whole bunch more space as well. On this side of the wardrobe, I have got just all my winter stuff, which right now, this is a really reasonable collection. I live in Brisbane. It gets cold in winter, but most of the year it's summer. So I don't really need a collection much bigger than this, but I know for a fact that I have a bunch of coats and jackets and cardigans in storage. I've also got my suitcase down the bottom here because there is nowhere else in my apartment that has space to fit my suitcase, unfortunately. So she pops in there. And on the edge here, I have got my shoes. You can see here, I've actually got a shoe cabinet. This shoe cabinet is full of just sneakers. I honestly, 90% of the shoes I wear are sneakers, but these shoes are more like, I don't know, special occasion shoes, like heels and boots, but they don't fit in this. And then down the bottom of these shelves, I've got these little like drawer box things. This one is full of shorts, and then there's one underneath it that's full of bags. And then because that whole wardrobe isn't enough, obviously, I have a whole chest of drawers full of clothes. Actually, this top drawer has just got makeup and jewelry in it. One drawer is for underwear, socks, that sort of thing. The next drawer is for activewear. We've got tights, shorts, sports bras, and then the bottom drawer just has PJs and I think stockings, which is a bit of a random combination, but it is what it is. But I'm actually pretty happy with how the chest of drawers is going right now, so we're not going to worry too much about that. What I am concerned about is this, and this. So given that I'm pretty happy with the wardrobe that I've got already, I'm just going to do a really quick squiz through, see if there's anything that I immediately want to pull out, and then we'll get stuck into the meat of it. These boxes, I cannot believe I have just had so much piling up over time. It's actually kind of embarrassing. I thrifted this a few months ago. I wore it once. I also thrifted this. It fits beautifully. It's too short to wear as a dress, and I only have one way to wear it as a top, so it's just not as versatile as I need it to be. This I bought to wear to a placement day at a hospital for university. I've now dropped out of uni. I actually don't know if I will have announced that by the time this video goes up. I don't know what order my videos are going up in right now. Honestly, it's a mess. If you didn't know, there you go. There will be an explanation for that shortly. This dress is so cute. It's too short. I own 3 long white skirts. This one was the first one that I bought. It's too long and it's quite sheer. I haven't reached for it since I bought the new ones, so I don't think I ever will. I thrifted this a few months ago. It's from the kids section at Kmart, and I feel like you can tell. It just comes across as very juvenile. All right, that was a good warm-up round. I'm feeling quite ruthless. I'm feeling quite cutthroat, but now it's time to get into the meat. Oh boy. These vacuum sealed clothes will probably be fine, but any of the clothes that came up from Sydney, which are the ones in the boxes under this one, I want to wash anything that I decide to keep, because the room that these clothes were kept in Sydney was full of mold. It was just very humid. So many of my items got absolutely destroyed. I had to throw out hundreds of dollars of stuff that just got damaged and stained by mold. When I opened the suitcase that all my clothes were in to get transported up, there was mold on the inside of the suitcase, which immediately tells me anything that I keep has to be washed straight away before it touches any of the rest of my clothes. Let's start with these beautiful vacuum bags on top. I have a feeling I'll want to keep a lot more of this stuff because it's stuff that I have used a little bit more recently. This is an absolute keep. This is a special occasion dress. I wore it for my club championships for figure skating last year. Beautiful, beautiful dress. I'm looking for another occasion to wear it, but it's not going anywhere. This is another beautiful dress. Unfortunately, this was a miscalculation on my part. I really loved it in store. I really thought it would suit me, but I just never reached for it. It's not something that really resonates with me, but I know that my mum has her eyes on this dress. I'm gonna pass this on to my mum. These are corduroy pants that I got from Glassons ages ago. I love them. They're very comfy, very cute. These are absolutely staying. These are some low-rise girlfriend fit jeans that I thrifted. They just never quite fit right. And do you remember that top that I got rid of from my wardrobe that I said I only had one way to wear? These were the jeans that I'd wear with that top, but I don't see myself wearing them with anything else, so out they go. Ah, yes, my corporate trousers. These aren't my personal style, but I hate to say it, they are really handy to have. So they were just from Kmart. They were pretty affordable, but very, very handy to have on hand for, say, an interview or, I don't know, just a really handy, versatile piece. This is an asymmetrical high-low tulle skirt. I've worn this a few times as a costume piece, and I'm actually wondering if I should put aside a few things to keep as like costume pieces. Like, should I keep a few things on hand so that if there is ever an event, like I wore this when I did some K-pop dances, I wore this to the Barbie movie, I wore this doing some like solo photo shoots. I feel like it's just a really fun piece. You could wear it with a corset and do like a little angel sort of look. I do in my wardrobe have a midi length pink tulle skirt, which is pretty similar except it's not high-low. So do I really need this as well as that? I am gonna make a costume pile. These pants are so cool. I got these from Primark when I visited London in 2022, and they are just so cool. They're kind of like mid-waist cargo pants. They've got this like white stitching detail. They are so cool. Love them so much. I don't know if I will ever get rid of them. This Sailor Moon shirt I thrifted. I think it's so cute. Have I ever watched Sailor Moon? No. Am I gonna appreciate the shirt and the aesthetic and the vibe anyway? Absolutely I am. Then we've got a little thrifted smock dress, super easy to throw on, very cute. I have other things that I would throw on instead, so I'm gonna get rid of this one. We've got some really nice stock standard jeans from Cotton On. I do have a fair amount of jeans, but they're all slightly different sizes, which is really helpful because we fluctuate a lot. As women, I get a lot of bloating sometimes, so it's really helpful to just have a wide variety of jeans. Little bodysuit from Kmart. I never reach for it, out it goes. This top I have gotten so many compliments on. I feel like it can be kind of versatile, but it is a little bit scandalous. I'm gonna hold on to it for now and then see how I go, because I do look great in it. I have gotten many compliments. I don't know if it's my current style, so let's give it a trial run, and if I wear it, great. If I don't, then I'll get rid of it. This top is so cute. It is very impractical. It's got the little rhinestone flare on the front, which I love, and then at the back it's just got this like tie back, but because the knot and like the bow at the back ends up being quite thick, it's really uncomfortable if you're leaning against anything or if you're driving, which I often am when I'm going places. And also it's really hard to wear a bra with this, and the material is thin enough that you can see everything if you're not wearing a bra. So I love it. I think it's really cute. I don't reach for it because it's just impractical, so it's time to get rid of it. This was a staple of my dopamine dressing days. I wore this shirt all the time. There was a little period of time where my Instagram was just this shirt in like every photo. Is it time for a revival? What do you think? I think I'm gonna keep this for now. I feel like I'm keeping so many things. I might have to do a second round cull once I've gone through everything. Oh, I thrifted this and it's such a good find. It's got a really great shape. The waist is smaller than the hips, which I search for in everything. It's really difficult to find this sort of like bodycon tight fitting skirt that actually fits at the waist. I just don't wear tight skirts like I used to, so someone else will enjoy the shape of this far more than I am. This is another thrift find. I wore this top a handful of times, and then I wore it to an archery class, and we were in the sun for a lot of the class, so I got quite sweaty. And then I looked down and it was the most obvious sweat patches you have ever seen. And I just don't trust this top anymore, so out it goes. Okay, this feels like it's gonna take forever, so I'm gonna do a little bit of a speed round. I'm gonna do a little time lapse. I'll check in with you later. Okay, all the vacuum bags are empty. This is my keep pile and this is my donate pile. This does feel a little excessive for a keep pile. It does. All right, I've been through the vacuum bags. I've pulled out the things I want to keep. I'm gonna put these on coat hangers, hang them up in the wardrobe, see how we're going for space, and then that might change how I approach the next section of decluttering. I will say as well, I am waiting on some removalists right now just to deliver some items that were missing after the last delivery. So I kind of don't want to go straight into the next boxes while I'm just waiting for them to arrive, because I don't want to make more of a mess.
Baby, when I look in your eyes, I can see you as a child.
Okay, so those removalists just arrived that were doing the delivery of stuff that they neglected to drop off on the first round because it just wasn't in the truck. So confusing. Anyway, they decided that they were just going to dump it on the side of the road, and my stuff was damaged, and they were so incredibly rude to my face. So I am now in a horrible mood. I simultaneously feel like I'm about to cry and I'm about to punch someone. So you know what's going to make me feel better? Clothes.
I've learned that there's an art to changing, that I'm the potter and the clay, I'm the canvas and the painter, the marble that I sculpt away. Every stroke of a brush, every finger's touch is a rosy cheek of a love-struck flush, is a sunburned wing of a heartbreak crush, is a rush, feel the rush.
Is so fun. I love this thing so much. It is so not my style anymore. So do I keep it and never wear it, Or do I give it to someone who will really love it? It's sad, but I think it's time. I think that was pretty successful. We've got our 2 boxes and our big old pile of stuff to donate. It is arts and crafts time. I just know my mum is going to be so proud of me for this. I've got my sewing kit, I've got my clothes. It's time to do some alterations. I'm really doing some very minor things for these clothes, but I think it is going to make a world of difference. We have finished all the alterations. These are honestly just such beautiful pieces, and I'm so glad that I feel like I will now be able to fully appreciate them. Alright guys, we have come to the most satisfying moment of this whole video. We finally get to finish everything off, organize everything, make sure it's all looking beautiful in there. So to help me do that, I've literally just received these boxes from Amazon. I'm gonna pop these in the shelves where I had the shoes and put everything that was in those drawer units in there. So all my claw clips, my ribbons, my bows. So it's just gonna make it look so neat and beautiful. Might take a little bit of time for the creases to come out, and I could probably steam them, but I'm not going to do that right now. I am tempted to replace those drawer boxes with these boxes though. What do you guys think? We are basically done. This is so exciting. Okay, I'm going to do one last look through. I'm going to do one last cull, and then we're going to be done. So I went through, I pulled out 2 extra pieces, and I am so happy with how this wardrobe is looking. Everything in this wardrobe just feels so much more me than a lot of the stuff I got rid of. Down the bottom in those boxes we've got shoes that don't fit in my shoe cabinet and my bags. And then this is the other side with those brand new boxes. I think they fit in so well, and I don't think my collection of winter stuff is too unreasonable. And this is my pile of rejects. All of these clothes are in really good nick, and I know that someone else will love them so much more than I will, so I am more than happy to send them on to a very loving home. And that's a wrap on my wardrobe declutter. Honestly, this was so needed. It feels so good to have everything sorted and not just have boxes of clothes in storage. That kind of clutter just takes up so much mental and physical real estate, so I feel much better having it all sorted. So if you've been putting off doing a wardrobe declutter, this is your sign to do it. I promise you, you will feel so much lighter. You might rediscover some old hidden gems. You could even find a portal to Narnia if you're looking hard enough. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, comment down below a dress emoji so that I know you watched to the end. If you did, you're a real one. Subscribe if you haven't already, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye!